Alright, I guess turn it off and back on works. Technically I knew that, but it's still just waiting for this package to get here. This is frustrating. I just want it here now. Now, 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 now! Clarification, that was a joke. I mean, I would like it here now. That part's just true, but I don't mean like, yeah. Whatchamacallit. No, you're fine, Hams, I understand. I had to go ahead and turn the stream off technically and then turn it back on, and that went ahead and fixed it for reasons. I'm not sure why. Summon strength. Oh, that's not bad. I'm okay with that. Well, I do still need to just basically go north, but I want to go ahead and see what's over there real quickly.
Now it begins.
Now it begins. Oh, that's a fair amount of damage. I mean, don't get me wrong, we just got another 50 damage, so that makes sense, but still, it's like that. Ooh, okay.
It's over. I still have much
Oh, pardon me.
Are you my next patient? What to do?
It's not that hard. Just go ahead and use Icicle.
Now.
And then we'll use it again next turn. You don't need to say what to do. We already know what to do.
You did well, Casittis.
You just want to go ahead and do it.
Excellent. This'll cool you down.
Yeah, honestly, if we're going to keep having internet problems today, I might make this a bit shorter. And then next time, obviously, it'll go more smoothly once we do have the...
It'll rust my soul.
Oh. I keep blanking on the name for it. I don't know why. You're in the waterway. Danger level 20, huh? Yeah, we could do this right now, but I'm going to wait till we get our next party member. I'd rather do it with 3 party members. Maybe I'll even wait for 4. Who knows?
Are you my next patient?
Oh, bird.
Here I go.
You're in for a bad time.
This'll cool you down.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't prefer it, but I mean, honestly, it just is what happens sometimes. So I think we'll go ahead and get to the next town, and then maybe we'll go a little bit longer than that, like another half hour. Depends. Yeah. Interesting. Herb of Serenity. Well, we do have a town that shouldn't be very far from here.
Stand aside or fight.
Oh yeah, that's why I want to go get the,
My turn.
That's right, forgot about that. Okay. Do the roar. Don't actually do the roar.
My turn.
Don't want to see the roar.
Now.
Oh, hey, that works.
Well now.
My turn.
Unsurprisingly, an extra 50 damage does in fact happen to be a pretty big advantage.
These hands.
Extra 50 strength, it doesn't equal out entirely to 50 damage.
Forgive me.
Abandoned village. Okay.
The burning you feel,
Feel?
it is
It's a
shame.
shame. I mean, with how my internet is, yeah, that's kind of actually true. Not gonna lie, Cynic. not happy with how it is, but I mean, that just happens. Oh, channel puts. Okay, I want to make sure. Some of the sound bits are tied behind bits, or some of the sound alerts are tied behind bits. I wanted to make sure I had not misread that, because if you did bits, I obviously wanted to thank you for that as well. But it's like, nope, that was channel puts. You buy something, I'll sell it to you for cheap. Maybe. Nothing more I can do. Dang.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah, thank you indeed. That's depressing. The Traveler, what can I do you for? Change party, equipment, cure a tail, restore reputation. None of those. Don't need any of that as of the current time being. Nope. Level 30, don't want to do that. Can't just barge into other people's houses. Get out. Sure I can. Because you don't like it doesn't mean I can't do that. There's a difference. Active earring, alright. Yeah. Better than nothing. More defense better than no defense. What a shocking twist.
I'll do what I must.
My turn. This'll cool you down. Now.
It's interesting to see just how much
It's over. For the pride of Ku.
difference their HP is. Because I think he's 2 levels higher. And she has an equipment that gives her an extra 200 HP, which is interesting. No, I can't remember what I was saying to them. Probably to request a game, if I had to take a guess. I don't know which game you were going to request, but if I had to take a guess, that is my guess. Elemental Rope isn't too bad, actually. But I don't want to spend my money. I'd say, in a sense, you kind of got to request a game without even using your channel points, since Octopath Traveler 2 is something that,
Here I come.
I wouldn't say you requested it, but you made me very, very interested, and I'm glad to be playing it.
What to do?
Now it begins.
Here I go. Well now. No mercy. Only
Actually, we probably don't need to go. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'll end this. I'm sorry. I still have much to learn.
Could recommend 3 games with 3 points. Fair. As I say, unless they're a Square Enix game, though, they wouldn't be until next year, and I gotta get through. Oh, I gotta do Final Fantasy Tactics. And I also gotta do Lost Kingdom because Yogurt has been waiting on that one for a very long time.
I'll do what I must.
my turn.
Now it begins.
Oh. Yeah. Maybe we're waiting for a bad game?
Prepare
Admittedly,
yourself.
that is a high one.
What to do? Really now?
I can't imagine this is one of your weaknesses, but
This'll cool you down.
My turn. For the pride of Ku.
Fair.
I must. Now it begins.
Here I go.
Prepare yourself.
What to do? These hands. I know no cure for evil.
Oh. Didn't even see him there at first.
Where am I?
Who am I? What am I?
Was I unconscious? You saved me there. My name is Oswald. I'm a scholar. You must be a traveler. I'm looking for someone. I'm sure you have your own reasons for traveling. So what do you say we help each other out for a bit? It's the only logical choice, and my magic is sure to be of use. You've chosen well.
Yeah, I want to hear the beginning. Until the end of chapter 2 and not chapter 1. Yeah, alright, fine. I'd like to get him in. I'd like to get him into the party, so.
All things in this world have a source. Nothing begets nothing. Follow the chain of cause and effect, and it will lead you to the answer you seek.
For the record, you, Oswald, plead not guilty. Is that correct? The facts are thus. Upon extinguishing the fire, the bodies of your wife and daughter were found in the rubble. They were nearly charred beyond recognition. A gruesome sight. I'm sure you agree. Thus, the court accepts, without objection, immolation as the cause of death. However, there is one last inexplicable detail. Nothing one could reasonably consider the cause of the conflagration was found at the scene. Ergo, the fire ought not to have happened at all. Absent the use of magic, that is. You were a scholar of magic, weren't you, Oswald? Is that a mere coincidence?
It could
I
be.
think not.
I need more information.
Having conducted a thorough investigation of the scene, the court holds the following to be true. You, Oswald, were the only one capable of starting such a fire that night.
In the sacred name of Alephan the Scholar King, the court hands down the following verdict. Oswald V. Van Stein, we find you guilty of the murder of your wife and daughter, for which you are sentenced to life imprisonment on Frigid Isle. Do you have any last words?
It wasn't me.
Harvey,
Dent?
the man who took everything from me, shall die by my hand. I swear it.
But we really have to play up till chapter 2 with just this guy. That'll be interesting. I'm hoping that's not the case, but...
Frigid Isle. A solitary island in the far
They
north
intrigue me.
of the sea. Some call it the edge of the world,
Pardon me.
blanketed in snow all through the year. The nearest continent is due east. 4 days' journey by sea. Even on the largest vessel. Even then, the fierce blizzards at sea can make a wreck of the mightiest ships. Trips to and from this accursed place are heavily regulated. This place holds all mainlanders found guilty of the most heinous crimes. It held over 300 of us at its peak. In its 80-year history, none have escaped. Or rather, I should say, the deplorable treatment of the prisoners ensures that lives end before sentences do. I have survived for 1,879 days, but neither the unforgiving climate nor the ravages of time shall extinguish the fire in my breast.
Promise Oswald's chapter 2 is not going to be an issue. Fair. No, I understand. I just... It made me curious, because like typically it's at the end of
Day in hell, eh,
chapter
Professor?
1, not chapter 2.
You know
The
what
gun?
this is? It's your little notebook. It never leaves your hands, does it? Oh, don't look at me like that. I'm only borrowing it. You were quite the scholar, weren't you? Yes, this notebook could be worth quite a lot. I'm sure it'd fetch me a tidy pile of cigarettes. You're welcome to take it back, of course, but you'll have to fight me for it.
Not a man of very many words, are you, Oswald? Meow. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. My back's so badly, come get it. Oh, cannot use spells while muzzled. Alright. Thanks for the level up, I guess.
Take it back. I've got no use for your filthy scribblings anyhow. Help! Guards! He's gonna kill me!
Our notebook back at least.
Help! Somebody!
Honestly, at this point, I would just go into the corner.
What's all this about? It's him.
I mean, you
He
kind of
attacked
stole
me.
something from me. Sounds good, Holmes. You have a good day and God bless. I'm going to be packing up here in the next 19 minutes.
Well, if it isn't Oswald, our magical murderous scholar.
As I said, a little shorter stream today than expected, but
How do
That
you
just
like
happens
the new
sometimes.
toy I gave you, Professor?
next Tuesday should be about 4 hours.
It's a fine little muzzle, isn't it? Keeps you from speaking those spells you love so much. You're the only one who has the honor of wearing it, I'll have you know. You should be kissing my feet. What's that look for?
Out of breath after 4 hits, dang.
No defiance when I see it, and I'll have none of it.
A little bit fatty, aren't you, David?
I'd love to hear what you sound like. I really would. When you're begging for your life, that is.
Still stuck in here with me.
13 seconds. 13 seconds from the time a prisoner calls for help to the guard's response.
Interesting.
At least some valuable information's come of all this. 1 warden and 34 guards for 292
That's not a lot of wardens or guards for 292 prisoners.
Over time, I've learned much about the way the prison and the people within it work. And all of that knowledge shall inform my eventual escape. An escape for which the plan is written in this notebook. Using a cipher.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, if you don't have it, like...
I've revised said plan numerous times these last 5 years, and polished it to a fine sheen. Only 3 pieces of the puzzle remain. The first, an escape route. For this, I have chosen a passage that leads beneath the prison.
I'm curious if we'll be able to revisit this prison later.
This passage is overlooked even by the guards themselves, and it leads directly out of this place. I must conduct a more thorough review of it, and soon. The second, suitable.
Well, yeah, you would want to be warm and not look like a prisoner.
Once I escape, I'll be exposed to the elements. The cold will claim me in minutes if I'm clad in nothing but these rags. The third and final, an accomplice. To escape on my own would be to rely on my own assumptions. I require the help of another with intimate knowledge of the prison's inner workings.
The last part seems the hardest, honestly.
With these 3 pieces in place, my plan shall move that much closer to completion. At which point, only its execution shall remain.
Next morning,
Wake up, human filth! To work with you!
understand this island was once dotted with mines. Entire mountains were reduced to rubble for ore. And the prison was built atop the
Is there any ore there left?
To this day, there remains phosphor buried.
There we go. Alright, fair enough. There is.
It's immensely flammable and sells for a fair bit of coin. So the prisoners are forced to mine it, and the guards line their pockets with the proceeds.
Mine, scum! Keep those hands moving! I said, keep moving! Unless you'd rather freeze to death! What's wrong with you? I can't move anymore. Too cold.
Fortunately, I don't think he's gonna care about that.
Don't you go soft on me, criminal filth. Need I remind you that you were sent here to atone for your misdeeds? So beg whatever God you
Well, there's only one
serve
God, so.
forgiveness and dig, you useless little mole. Your life is worthless compared to the precious phosphor you cleave from the earth. And believe you me, we'd burn you instead if you were anywhere near as easy to
Thank you, very
separate.
cool.
Do you understand? Answer me!
Warden, sir. He's already dead.
An unfortunately common sight. We are adaptable creatures. Any environment, no matter how horrific, can be made ordinary. Forced labor is followed by a vanishingly small window of free time. It is in this free time that I review the remaining pieces of my plan. They are three. The first, an escape route. The prison is as old as it is massive. There are bound to be gaps and awkward seams.
That makes sense.
Perhaps I can glean a hint or two from someone with intimate knowledge of the island's history. The second, suitable clothing. One they call the Provisioner sells the clothing I'll need to survive.
What does he charge, though?
But first, I need to find them. I'll start by asking any prisoners who might know this.
How are you gonna do that, though, if you can't talk? That does make it a wee bit difficult.
The third and final piece. An accomplice. My accomplice cannot be an ordinary prisoner. I must find someone capable of enacting my escape plan.
Army.
Then all that will remain is the plan's execution.
Guilty murderers like you even have hearts? Yes, they do, and souls. Actually, kind of why I do want to get into actually visiting prison, and I'm working on that slowly. Probably be out here in the cold and locked up in that cell. They say home is where you make it, but who the hell would make this place a home?
So you're the muzzled scholar I've heard so much.
Are you muzzled too? I can barely hear you.
You look like you need something. Same as everyone else who comes to see me. The name's Bale. Most call me
Yeah, found the provisioner.
I can secure most anything people ask for. Not for money, given our circumstances. But everyone has something of value on them, if you know what I mean.
So, he won't hand it over for free. Though, if I can find his weakness, I'd better scrutinize some of the other prisoners.
Why don't I scrutinize him? No, there's a couple people. Oh. If I ever make it out of here, I want to open my own bookstore. The relatively mild-mannered prisoner compared to the others, he was unable to read upon incarceration, but learned to do so upon the library guard's tutelage.
I don't believe this prisoner
It doesn't
knows
seem that way.
anything.
Manufacture and sale of illegal concoction. Not very... Oh, okay. Trespassing, theft, murder. Lovely. A long-serving guard on this island, physically and verbally assaulting the prisoners is a fact of life for him now. When he first joined, he had high hopes for the prisoners' rehabilitation, but the prison has changed him. That's unfortunate. I like watching people enjoy their food. Okay. Mass poisoning. I was wondering if that was, in fact, what it was. Like, I like watching people enjoy their food. It's like, no, you like watching people choke to death on their food, don't you? How long is your sentence? I've got 27 years to go. Warden Davids dropped his coin purse the other day, and this prisoner watched as Bale picked it up. He doesn't dare tell a soul, though, as Bale knows his weakness. Bale's weakness?
Here it is. Surely this is the provisioner's weakness. Let's see how he responds.
I mean, it may not be his weakness. I don't know. Only time will tell, I suppose. Hey, Professor, we've got some new thesis papers in. A timid guard who doubles as the prison librarian. He avoids trouble at all costs and lets the prisoners do as they please. Thus, while official policy states that books are not to be taken out of the library, he generally looks the other way. Ruler of Land, Conqueror of Sea. Maybe I'll read the next one. This one next. Prisoner stole and sold a rare book belonging to the Order of the Sacred Flame. The book's whereabouts remain unknown. Hey, muzzle mouth, wipe that smoke look off your face. A firm believer that justice is served when the prisoners suffer and that they must be guided with a firm, in hand. He generally admires Warden Davids and hopes to take his place. How kind. The room for you here, muzzle mouth. Get lost. Violent, former human trafficking victim turned human trafficker. Hee hee hee. Fire so warm and toasty. Serial arson, murder. 214 years. Fascinating. Pretty long time. I'm not gonna deny that. This impossibly silent man is charged with document creation of the prison. Said silence is born of a deep-stated hatred of every prisoner on the island. Perhaps the only saving grace is that his silence keeps him from becoming yet another voice berating the inmates. Be better off not knowing what I've done. Well, we're gonna find out. Fraud, perjury, forgery, prisoner is delusional, a pathological liar. I mean... yeah. That seemed that way. Woman in the dark will reveal me nothing. Someone here must have the information I seek. Alright, alright. Finally come to pay, have you?
Finally come to pay. What's that scrap of paper in your hand?
What? Where did you get this?
That's for me to know and you not to find out.
Whatever you want, it's yours. Just swear you won't speak a word of this to anyone.
My plan proceeds apace. This clothing ought to keep me from freezing to death.
Back to your cells, you
Okay, so we're probably gonna have to do this 2 more times.
That will have to wait. Back to the hole for now.
Where's our roommate? I don't see him anywhere here.
Oswald. Oswald. Have you found the answer?
To work, maggots! Move!
Someone who knows the history of this place should be able to point me in the right direction. Perhaps this time I some prisoners under a little screw. The only right question is where to procure first.
There are not so many guards watching the cafeteria during this shift. Now is my chance to find an accomplice.
Alright. Prisoner who was once an aristocrat, he seems cultured and intellectual, but is prone to leaps and subject as well as sudden bouts of shouting and unruliness.
No. I cannot tie my fortunes to this prisoner.
True. Listen to me, you must schedule an appointment through my butler first. Well-known figure around the prison. His exceedingly wary demeanor belays a sense of determination unlike any out there.
You there. A word. What are you playing at? Skulking around and sizing up all the prisoners. Ah, right. You can't speak on account of the muzzle. I've been watching you. You know, for the last 5 years. And all that time you've been feigning indifference while you surveilled the place. Right?
Maybe.
The other prisoners, the guards, everyone and everything. Watching for minute differences. Like you're making some sort of audit. As far as I'm concerned,
Only 2 types of prisoners watched silently for 5 years. Hungry beasts and people plotting an escape. That's it. If it's the former, I know someone who can help. But if it's the latter... So, which one are you, Professor? Shake your head if you're the former, or nod if you're the latter. So, my eyes didn't deceive me after all. You're quite clever, I'll say that. Now, for my formal request. I want in on your plan.
I want to know why you're in prison first, honestly.
I can be of use to you. You'll
The game
see.
won't tell us, I'm pretty sure, but still.
I got lots of valuable information I'll only share with a close confidant. I've collected it over my long years in this place. That's why they call me Emerald the Informant. I know my information is good.
Pardon me.
You could do far worse, Professor Jailbreak.
Pardon me again.
Only someone of considerable wit could have figured out my plot from mere observance. Further, he is correct that I have need of his wares. I can certainly use him to my advantage.
But who's using whose?
I knew you'd see it my way. So, what would you have me do?
This horrid island is 4 days' journey from the nearest shore. Even if our escape proves successful, we'll need a ship capable of making the journey to the
Okay, that makes sense. You need a nice big ship.
I have set my sights on the vessel carrying the inspectors, who visit the prison on an erratic schedule. Thus, I need to know when it is due to arrive next.
Fair enough.
The ledger containing that information is fiercely guarded. I stand no chance of laying eyes on it. But all I need to know is the date. For that will be the date we make
Unless he
our
betrays
escape.
you, but we'll see. Only time will tell.
Understood. That won't come easily. Not impossible, though. I'll contact you once I have it. One more thing. Get me the key to this muzzle. Can't make any promises there, seeing as it was made just for you. Let's just pray luck is on our side, eh, confidant?
The plan is in motion. I just need to let the informant do
And
his
then we need to
work.
find an escape route too. Ugh. And we can do the last one next time we stream, which will be next Tuesday.
Oswald, have you found the answer?
I am going to... Doesn't seem like it's stable, but I do want to lay
No.
down for a little bit, admittedly.
Though I have a theory. Behold this small flame. Nothing exceptional. Yet if I apply the equation I have here, its intensity is compounded. And in theory, its power is multiplied. However, as long as it remains a flame, its power is limited.
Using equations to amplify magic powers? This is incredible. You're a genius, Oswald.
the one true magic. You're one step closer to it, to standing alone atop the summit of magic
Maybe.
scholarship.
I mean, only time will tell, really.
Though, I must warn you not to grow too fond of the idea, for I will surpass you.
That's the guy, but why? What happened? Is what I'm trying to say.
Time to work, you worthless sacks of meat! Up and out!
Forced labor. Finding now is a suitable escape route, which will be someone who knows the history of this place should be well and point me in the right direction. That's not today, though. Another time, because I want to take a break, lay down for a little bit, and then we will be continuing on next time. But you all have a wonderful day. God bless. Remember that God loves each and every one of you. Go and say no more. Pax a bonum, and God bless. Bye, everybody.